Video games are a great escape. They are accessible means to get away from any horrors we deal with in our everyday life. That is why we love our games filled with colorful characters that can brighten up our day. What the hell is that? Oh yeah, that's right. Every now and then your everyday game will occasionally throw out some form of enemy or just a normal NPC that reminds you even the digital worlds you love are no escape from some monsters. Here are 6 non-horror games that had some frightening characters in them. Sure, we love what we can get of the sun, but the same cannot be said for Mario and Luigi in the second world of Super Mario Bros. 3. During their journey through the desert area in this classic game, you might think the sun would try to kill them through overheating them, or maybe dehydration. Instead, this angry-faced ball of gas decides to take the direct approach and swoop down at you. As a kid, this terrified me. Not only was I confused why the sun was angry at me, but the fact that it swoops down at you about halfway through the level surprised me. But don't worry, in the sun's return in Super Mario Maker 2, they made it much better. What the fuck is that? As much as I love Super Mario 64, I've never been a fan of Jolly Roger Bay. For starters, it's a water level which 9 times out of 10 are just slow and annoying. As a kid though, it was traveling to the cavern beneath the ship that freaked me out. Hidden in an alcove is this giant eel. The problem is, not only is it a freaking massive beast, but one of the game's 120 power stars are connected to its tails. So you have to risk suffocating down here while also touching the star without being hurt by the eel. Decades later, I'm still not quite sure how exactly you're supposed to get him out, but I have a sneaking suspicion this interaction gave people thalassophobia, the fear of deep pools of water.
Taking care of it.
Get away from me.
Defiant, even after all this time. DeWitt just left you here. You need to give up on her.
BioShock Infinite goes to some confusing places with various realities, multiple versions of Booker DeWitt, and a city floating in the sky. Things start out pleasant enough with a stroll through Columbia, but when the game takes a turn, it veers hard. After Adoptive Dad of the Year Comstock gets his hands on Elizabeth, Booker is sent through time into the future to Comstock House to find a war-torn version of her. Throughout this level, Booker has to sneak to the control room to get access to Elizabeth. Along the way, he sneaks past the Boys of Silence. The Boys of Summer, these are not. While sneaking through the darkened corridors, you have to avoid their gazes or you get... Luckily, staying out of their sight is doable, and you are rewarded with the control panel, and you can make your way to the elevator nice and easy. Isn't BanjoKazooie just great? All that bright and bumping music, the cute characters, and the light-hearted adventure, all of this added together just makes this one of the most memorable 90s platformers. There's nothing in this game that should creep you out, unless bouncing carrots with eyeballs freak you out, which, fair enough. However, make your way to Clanker's Cavern and you come face to face with Clanker, a mechanical shark that Grunty has chained up in this area. Upon first sight, this guy scared the crap out of me as a kid, but the good news is he's actually friendly and doesn't mind when you shoot eggs in his eyes. He even lets you travel inside him where you can find a corridor of spinning blades. A friendly welcome if I've ever seen one. For the first half of Halo Combat Evolved, the game is a pretty standard sci-fi adventure. Ship being attacked by aliens? Check. Emergency landing on a giant ring in the middle of space? Check. As you fight the Covenant, you expect the tone of the game to stay on the trajectory that it has you on. Why is it then that out of nowhere Halo goes from Star Wars to Alien in a span of minutes? This is the Flood, a parasitic species that take over the host body and transform them into such beautiful forms as this, and this. The rest of your time in this game will be focusing on saving your skin while stopping the Halo ring from destroying all sentient life in the universe to stop these buggers from being able to survive. Oh, and in Halo 2 you get to meet the Gravemind, the central brain system of all the Flood. He's nice.
I am a monument to all your sins.
Life in Fallout games isn't great to begin with, but while there's no shortage of mutated creatures that want to kill you, none of them push that narrative as far as the Deathclaw. These beasts are some kind of big bipedal lizard that essentially own the wastelands. They tear some people apart with their long claws, skewer others with their horns, and the rest probably die from a heart attack. Deathclaws are scary creatures that can mess up your day if you're not careful. We recommend steeling yourself before getting into a scrap with them. So those are our choices for scary enemies in non-horror games. Which are your favorites? We know we didn't get all of them, so let us know in the comments what video game characters freaked you out unexpectedly. This could be recently, as a kid, whatever, just let us know. If you liked the video, leave a like and please subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.